What's going on YouTube? So it's Nathan here, back with another video. So let's go and dive right into it. So the video that I want to cover today is your device low on storage? If so, is your device running hot? Is it running slow, like super slow? Is it buffering? There's a lot of things that can go wrong with the Firestick if you don't do certain things. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain at least about 5 or 6 things in this video that you can do to make sure your device is running smoothly and it's also responsive when you click on things and it's loading quickly and it's not dragging, because this is 2021, no one likes anything slow. Let's go and dive into this video and get started. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna go ahead and do, we're just gonna go down and we're gonna go to this app called Informer. I'm gonna show you how to get all of these apps toward the end of the video. I'll show you how to install everything. So as you can see here on the screen, we have Amazon Firestick 3rd generation. That's the device that I'm running right now. This device came out in September 30th, 2020. So this device is also a 3rd generation. So naturally it's gonna run a lot faster than the 2nd generation and the 1st generation. And mainly because if we look at the hardware specs on the left-hand side, you see the CPU, which is a quad core 1.7 gigahertz. And then you have your RAM, which is 1 gig, and then you have internal storage space, which is 8 gigabytes, which is standard across the board for all Firesticks. So awesome. So you want to make sure that you're at least running on a quad core, because that'll give you the speed that you're looking for. I know some of the Fire TV cubes have a hexa core, which is double of what this one is. So that's definitely something that you want to keep your eye on when you're looking for devices and which device to get. If you like speed, go with the much bigger core processor. So, and that will be listed under the CPU. It's not a must-have because I have the 3rd generation and my quad core is running perfectly fine. All right, so let's go back to the home screen. And also you can take a look at the other specs, but I do think that they're unnecessary. The only difference is if you're running a 4K Firestick versus one of these regular Firesticks, you just don't get the 4K content. And that's about the only difference. Some have more RAM in them, and then the CPU, of course, some have hexa-core, some have quad-core. To the average user, you won't be able to tell the difference either way. So let's go back to the home screen. All right, so let's check out the second thing that we want to go ahead and use. So the second app is the background apps and process list. Let's go ahead and open this up. This app will tell us how many apps are running in the background. So we got 16 apps open in the background. And also, I'll show you how to use this, but I do want to explain this. This is why this is very important. So if you restart your device or if you unplug your device and then boot it back up, I tested it and it appears that when you do that, you may think that it's going to restart your device from scratch and close all of the apps that you had open before, but it seems that they don't close. I restarted the device, I unplugged the device, and then opened this app to see if anything had closed, and all of these apps were still running in the background even though I had fully restarted my device and completely cut the power to it. So that's very interesting to me, which is why this tool comes in handy. So let me go and show you what you want to do. You want to go up to the top left hand corner, click on close all apps. And when you do that, all those apps that you saw running in the background, it's going to have us go to the settings of each one of those apps to where we immediately can go to force stop, click the back button, and let me show you how easy it is. So we go down, click on force stop, click the back button, go down, click on force stop, click the back button. You want to do this for all of your apps. That way you're guaranteeing yourself more resources when you go to use your Firestick, because all of these apps are running in the background and they're taking up resources that could be used to watch Netflix or cinema or any app that you're using at the time. So we're going to go ahead and close all of these. We'll just continue down the list. I know it's repetitive, but it must be done. Otherwise, you will experience slowness on your device. So we have 7 apps left to go. We'll continue down the list until they're all gone. And once again, it's just force stop, back button, force stop, back button. So now we have officially closed all apps. It says no apps open in the background. And we can go ahead and click our home button on our Firestick remote. All right, so the next thing I want to show you, it may be self-explanatory, but I still want to show you. So what we want to go ahead and do is go to our settings on the right hand side. This works on the old Firestick and the new Firestick. Anything that I do on my Firestick, it works on the old one and the new one. So just keep that in mind. We're going to go over and head over to applications. So click on applications and we want to go down to manage installed applications. So before I click on manage installed applications, I do want to show you the space that we're working with. So in the beginning of the video, I showed you that we had 8 gigs of internal storage space. That's all you get. And be mindful that roughly about 2.5 of it is taken up automatically due to other software running in the background that it takes to run your actual Fire Stick. So then you're left with 5.35 gigs of storage, which isn't much at all. You can fill that up in 2 seconds if you install the right apps. So as you can see here, I got 1.41 gigs left to install any app that I may want to use. The manage installed applications section here, I'm gonna open this up. And then as you can see, it will show you every app that you have and the size of every app. So on the right hand side, right up under the version, it says size. This is 17 megs. This one's 36 megs, 61 megs, 23. Apple TV has 54 megs. Disney Plus, all of these big names are going to have much more bigger sizes when it comes to your apps. 51 megs. If you have all the popular streaming apps like Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, Discovery Plus, if you have all of those apps, they're going to take up a lot of space. YouTube TV, all of those apps, they take up a lot of space. And also over the years, I've gave you videos to install apps, so you can imagine how little space you have with so much variety of apps to install. So you would think they would give you more space on these devices, but I will show you how to expand it in just a moment. But in here, what I want to get back to is basically you want to go through these. You want to go through this at least monthly to see what apps are no longer serving their purpose. So if you go in here, you just start clicking on apps. If you don't use it, just click uninstall. And as you can see, this app size was 53 megs. That just cleared up 53 megs off of my device, something that I was rarely using anyways. So Curiosity Streams, 64 megs, uninstall. So that's freed up 100 megs right there. So as you can see, you want to make sure you're doing maintenance, uninstalling these apps. And also another thing I want to go ahead and do. So a lot of the time you'll see apps that you have opened and then they'll have cache. So as you can see, if I hover over Firefox, it's got 2.28 megs. So it's not a lot, but when you compare it to 5.35 gigabytes available in space, it becomes a lot when it adds up, because all of these apps that you're running all have a certain amount of cache built up that you don't need, that are just temporary files. So let me show you how to clear that. So LiveNet TV has 4 megs in cache. If I click on it, you go down here and you can just clear the cache. You can do this with any app. So that 4 meg just turned into 0B, so nothing. It turned into nothing. It cleared it off my device, and that's free storage that I have to install more apps. And once again, we're back here on manage installed applications. Our available storage just went up a little bit, so 1.53 gigs is available. Of course, that'll go up and it will go down in size. It fluctuates. Even though we uninstalled 100 megs worth, sometimes it doesn't automatically reflect right away that I uninstalled the apps. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to refresh and calculate the internal storage space left. So let's go ahead and go to the external space. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to expand it. It's very easy, especially on these 3rd generation Fire Sticks. Let me show you how easy it is. All right, so what I went ahead and did is unplug the USB device. So let's go ahead and click on applications again. So I removed my external storage. As you can see, you can confirm right there, it says no USB storage detected, which means I unplugged my USB. It's just a regular flash drive, 32 gigabyte flash drive. It's a SanDisk model. So what I'll go ahead and do is show you how everything plugs into each other, and then I'll show you how easy it is. All I gotta do is plug it in, Amazon detects it, and then you have an additional 30 gigs in storage. So let's go ahead and walk you through. All right, so real quick, let me show you the setup that I got going on. So this is my Amazon Fire Stick. Of course, everybody's familiar with the Amazon Fire Stick. That's what it looks like. All you have is one plug right there. So this is what a OTG cable looks like. This is what you'll need. You'll just purchase one off of Amazon. Link will be in the description below. You get one of these, which has one USB port on the end of it, or or you can get one of these devices which has 3 USB ports on it and 1 USB connection. So you can combine these two just like this. So you can combine it just like that with the 1 USB port. That way you have 3 additional ports along with a Ethernet adapter. But this adapter is not necessary, so you don't necessarily need it. All you need is the OTG cable to expand your storage, but if you wanted to have multiple different USB devices available, you can do that as well by extending the 1 USB port that you get. So say if you have just a single USB port, the OTG cable, you would take this in, which is the power connector. You plug that in into the Amazon Firestick. The other end of the cord has another connector, the same connector that's on this end, but you take that and you put your power cord in it. So your Firestick power cord, you plug that into it. So once you have that, you got power going into this end, and then this in turn supplies the power to the Amazon Firestick, which also gives us access to this 1 USB port. So with that USB port, you'll take your flash drive, or if you have an external flash drive with, you know, a terabyte of space or 500 gigabytes of space, whatever you got, you plug it in and it should look similar to that. So you have your Amazon Firestick, your OTG cable, and your power, and then you have the 1 USB port powering your USB device. So in turn, it should look something like this. And then of course you take this in and plug it to the back of your TV and you're all set. All right, so I've showed you what the setup looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my device, which is my flash drive. I'm going to plug it into my OTG cable and show you what pops up on the screen. All right, so down below it says Fire TV cannot access apps. If you catch it really quick, just click the menu button on your 3 lines on your remote. Sometimes you'll get an additional pop-up that pops up immediately big on the front of the screen. And also, if you didn't get any of that, you want to go over to your settings and then just go down to your notification settings here. Click on notifications. And in here it says Amazon settings, limited device access, and you click on that. It says here your USB drive is using a file system that is incompatible with Amazon Firestick TV apps. To use this drive for apps, it must be formatted. Amazon has to format it specifically for the Amazon Firestick for it to work, but that's all you have to do. It formats, and then we'll see what happens next. So I'm gonna click on the yes button so they can format it. I've already cleared everything off of it and I'm ready to proceed. So I click on yes. It says all content on this USB drive will be erased. We'll click on yes. It says here formatting USB drive. All right, so we got the formatting completed. That took about a couple of minutes or so. It says here your drive has been formatted. You can now use this drive to transfer data to your Amazon Firestick. So I'm gonna go ahead and click OK. And then we'll click on our home button. We'll go back to the settings. And then we'll go to applications to confirm that it is detecting our drive again. So we're going back down to manage installed applications. And now once again, we have 30 gigs of flash drive storage to install a bunch of different items. All right, so what I went ahead and did, I went ahead and installed a bunch of different apps. It was just completely random apps, mostly games, different apps. Let's go ahead and check our applications again. So we're gonna go to settings. So we're at the settings, go down to applications, click on applications, and we go back down to manage installed applications. Our internal space is still at 1.35, but a lot of stuff is now dumping into the external storage space. And I'll show you how to determine which ones are internal and which ones are on the external storage. So if I go down here, if I just click the down arrow, you'll start to see certain apps with these USB icons directly to the right of them. That's how you know it's on the USB device, which means you can feel comfortable with installing as many apps as you want as long as you have the internal space. You can definitely use this option if you are low on storage. Definitely expand your storage with the USB device with these 3rd generations. All right, and last but not least for this video, I do want to go ahead and touch on something really quick. Most of the time you only use this method. I'm gonna click on settings. We're gonna go down to My Fire TV, click on My Fire TV. In here, there is one setting which says reset to factory defaults. So this is for people who are fed up completely with their Amazon Fire Stick. Nothing is running right. All your apps are outdated and just nothing works, and you're just exhausted of it, and you pretty much want to just use regular TV. Let me tell you that you do have options, and you can reset everything back to when you first bought your Amazon Fire Stick. So back to a brand new setting, fresh, clean slate, and you can feel comfortable with starting fresh now that you have me directing you on which apps to install and how to maintain your Fire Stick. You can start fresh with a clean slate of 5.35 gigabytes, or if you have external storage, you can expand your storage with a flash drive and really start from scratch with a bunch of space available, and you can install as many apps fresh, clean. Hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching once again. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.